Today I wanted to share with you a mindset that I see in a lot of young goalkeepers. I've seen in myself, and one that can be particularly dangerous for where you're at right now. So right now you might be a backup on your team. You might have a goal to want to play for a certain team, for a college team, professional team, and somewhere in your brain you're telling yourself that, man, once I get this, everything's gonna be amazing and it's gonna get figured out, and all I gotta do is just reach this goal. And while I do think there is some truth in that, and it's good to think like that and to have that goal, there's a missing piece of that equation. So when I was in college, I didn't play my first 2 years, and then my junior year I became a starting goalkeeper and had a lot of success and whatnot. But the thing that I didn't understand when I was a backup was that when you become the starting goalkeeper, there's a certain level of responsibility attached to it. So in my mind, like I said earlier, it was almost like once I got that starting job, I would be happy, and life would just be all figured out. And while I was proud of myself to have earned that starting job, what I didn't realize was that I had to show up every single day in training, in games. It was almost like I had to reprove myself all the time and show that I was the starter. I thought that becoming a starter was like, I achieve it and then like, that's it. That's the state from now on. But that is very far from the truth. And I think you will realize that the higher up that you go, college, professional. One line, I like to say a lot of like little lines in my head, self-talk. And one thing I remind myself of constantly is that it's an everyday thing for everybody. So that goes for you and that goes for your competition. Nothing is ever guaranteed for anyone. It's earned every single day. Another analogy I love kind of in this scenario is when you're a backup, it almost metaphorically seems like there's like a brick wall in between you and that starting spot. And then you get that starting spot and you look down and it's a pane of glass instead of a brick wall, because you realize just how fragile it can be at times, whether it's injury or poor performance or coaching change or coaching opinion. So ultimately what I want you to get from this video is know that what you're looking for right now, like I said, there's a certain level of responsibility that's attached to it. And the most important thing is the identity that you're building right now and the habits that you're building right now, so that when you do get that starting job, you can keep it. It's actually funny, in college, I played one game my freshman year. It was against Clemson. It was a big game, and I started, and we won, but I had kind of tweaked my back in the game, and I went out drinking that night, and that kind of made it worse. And I was supposed to start the next weekend against UNC, but I wasn't able to because I was hurt still. So I guess what I didn't realize at the time was that there is a responsibility attached to your goals. There is a sustainability that you have to maintain all the time. So like I was saying before, right now you're building an identity of who you are as a person and as a goalkeeper. You're building habits, training habits, daily habits. And while those are helping you get to your goal right now, which is awesome, you need to make sure that they're so strong that once you would get that goal, they still stay in place and keep you there. If you get to your goal and you lower the habits, you lower the effort, you're gonna go right back to where you were, if not further back. So understand that, yes, set your goals, want your goals, but understand that it's not this pot at the end of the rainbow once you get there. It's funny because my junior year, I thought it was going to be amazing that I'm finally starting and playing, but I actually felt more stress and more pressure because I knew that I had to show up for my team every Tuesday, every Friday in our games. And that's a pressure that you want, though. I believe pressure is a privilege. And so yeah, I'm not saying don't want that, but understand that there is a responsibility, there is a weight to what you want in this life, and that while you don't have it and while you're still working for it, all your mind should be focused on is preparation and work. And like I said, building your identity, building your habits, building your systems so strong in your life that when you do get to your goal, all those stay and continue to build, but they keep you there. You never want to achieve your goal and then get complacent and drop back to where you were, like I said before. So, like I said, I hope this video gives you some insight to where you are right now, and to realize that even when you do get to where you want to go, because I believe you're going to get to where you want to go. If you are working hard enough and you're persistent enough and you believe enough, you will reach your goals. But now the question becomes, will you stay there? I think you ask any starting keeper what has been the hardest part of their journey, and it's probably been maintaining that spot. Not just getting there, but maintaining it and staying at that level and performing consistently at a high level. So make the most of where you're at right now, be it whatever role you have on your team. Make the absolute most of it. Build your habits, your daily habits in your life, your training. Continue to be ready for your big moments. But realize when you do get that goal, you got to maintain it. And you got to keep doing the things that you've been doing. One quote I'll leave you with that I love. I think it was Nipsey Hussle, rapper, rest in peace. He said something along the lines of, the biggest threat to your future success is your current success. So don't let one win of tasting your goals, of getting right there, of starting a game, be the reason that you stop all your habits or lower your standards, and then you lose it, like I said before. So, yeah. Just in conclusion, realize that what you're going after, there's a responsibility, there's a weight attached to it, and you got to be ready for that. So continue to work, continue to believe, and we'll talk soon.